Hi dear students, welcome back. As you are watching this session, that means you are happy and excited to understand today's topics. So let's start with a second session of our chapter Tracing Changes Through a Thousand Years. In session 1, we learned making of maps, new and old terminologies like Hindustan and historians and their sources. Continuing with the same, we will start session 2 in which we will learn about the value of paper. The topic is the value of paper. To understand the topic, let us look at the example. In 13th century, a scholar wanted to write a book, but he did not had enough paper, so he washed manuscript, dried it, and again wrote what he wanted to write. Why? Because paper was not much available. In 13th century, if he found, then it was expensive. So he had to use the only paper he had. This was the situation of 13th century. Today, if we buy some food, it comes with a paper wrapper. This shows that the value of paper in 13th century and today has changed. It has less value today as it's easily available and is cheap. Now, when we are discussing value, let me tell you a fact by telling you a story of aluminium. You know what is aluminium? It's a metal that has been used to make utensils. It is a very interesting story and it also tells us about little human psychology. Hundred of years ago, king and ministers used utensils made of silver and gold. After some time, aluminium was discovered. When they saw aluminium was more stronger than silver and gold and lighter in weight too. It had a different shine. Making aluminium was an expensive process, due to which aluminium was made less. Due to such factors, aluminium had more value. Although the kings and ministers said that the guests they themselves will eat in utensils made from aluminium. Gold and silver utensils were kept for servants. After some time, a scientist invented a way to make aluminium in cheaper way. Then, as making aluminium was more easy and cheap, everybody started using aluminium. Now, as everyone started using aluminium, the more importance of aluminium was no more. This was just a small interesting story of history to show what is value all about, just a human psychology. Now, let us move ahead with the topic. Now, as manuscripts were written on paper, they were collected by wealthy people, rulers, monasteries, the temple of Buddha. As the teaching of Buddha were written on paper, were copied and gathered, and even temples gathered many manuscripts. Then all the manuscripts were kept safe in libraries and archives of as manuscript need to be cared or they will be spoiled after a span of time. Archive means a place where manuscripts are kept with the intense care. From such documents, historians get detailed information, but at times using them is also difficult. There are many reasons for that, like there are no printing press in those days. So many people used to copy from same manuscript in a time interval as we are learning about 1000 years. In so many years, people copied from each other. Many things changed bit by bit, and after centuries, the scripts were different from one another. Comparatively, the original scripts were different than the copies made over centuries. Another reason is we don't find the original manuscripts. we get the copies which were written by scribers later who copied from someone else. One more reason is many times some authors receive their chronicles at different times, like Ziauddin Birani, chronicler from 14th century. He wrote his first chronicle in 1356, and after 2 years he launched its revised edition. Both the editions were different from each other, but historians did not know about the existence of the first version till 1960. Let's learn more about the changes that happened in social and political groups in 1000 years. There were many changes in societies in these 1000 years. First of all, new technologies appeared like Persian wheel, spinning wheel to make cotton for weaving and make clothes. Apart from that, firearms also were invented which were used in combat, that is fighting between two armed forces. Along with it, new types of food and beverages came in our country like potatoes, corn, chilies, tea and coffee. These are few things. Many such things came in our country in those 1000 years. Lot of changes happened due to these foods, like there is no good morning without a tea in India. In those 1000 years, many new ideas, thoughts and philosophies came in. A small example. What is meant by new ideas? In 700 AD, people accepted the king and his heir and followed the king. In 1700 AD, people decided the king or a leader by voting. Such many more ideas, thoughts and philosophies came into existence and changed the world and point of view of the people. Where did new ideas, thoughts came into the minds? It came from the people who moved place to place. For example, many of our freedom fighters were well educated and who studied in foreign universities too. So they came with the idea from foreign. Some even came from faraway places. They came up with different thoughts. The period of 1000 years was a period of great mobility. Mobility means moving from one place to another. As our subcontinent was wealthy and had more possibilities, so many people came to crave their fortune. In those 1000 years, gradually forests were cleared for extending agriculture. As more and more forests were cleared for extending agriculture, the habitants had to migrate. They came into new system. Villages were made, bigger villages and cities. This changed very fast. This gave rise to complex societies. The now the new peasants, that is poor farmers, were influenced by regional market, chieftains, priests, monasteries and temples. Basically, these were the things from where they got the service of a state. In return, they had to pay taxes. These taxes were offered in the form of goods and services to local lords. There was rise in economy, in difference between people. Poor become more poor and rich become more richer. In those 1000 years, the society became more differentiated. Differentiated means breaking into smaller pieces. People were grouped in different jatis and subcastes, were ranked in basis of their background and their occupation. Like There were four jatis: Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. These were on the behalf of occupation. Ranks were not permanently fixed, it varied from state to state, region to region, area to area, also according to the power, influence, and resources. Jati would manage their own regulations. These rules and regulations of Jati were enforced by the assembly of elders, even called as Jati Panchayat. Jati also had to follow the village regulations, as in village all four types of jatis lived which different with different area. Many villages were governed by chieftains. Like this, they became only the one small unit, and such small unit made a state. In those 1,000 years, there were many groups who influenced the period. There was a group of Rajputs. The term derived from Rajputra, the son of rulers. The rulers, kings, were of Kshatriya caste status. The word Rajput was used for the group of warriors who also belonged to Kshatriya, a caste status. Rajput term was used for all the commanders, soldiers of all the kingdoms of India subcontinent. Rajputs were known for their chivalry code of conduct. Chivalry means polite, honest, and kind behavior. They also had a great sense of loyalty. They could give their lives for their land and their country. Not only Rajputs, there were many other groups across country like Marathas across the area of Maharashtra. Sikhs were around the area of Punjab. Apart from this, in the north there were Jats, Ahoms, Kayasthas who played an important role politically in those 1,000 years. I hope you have understood today's session and the topics are clear. So see you in session 3. Thank you.